Good morning, everyone. Today is August the 28th. It is a Tuesday, and this is our video, The Futures in 5. We are looking at the members blog where we have the individual setups and targets, which did very nicely yesterday for many of these. Now we're going to be looking at the charts in general. We've got this big resistance area sitting right here. The cautionary tone is that if you're thinking about shorting, we had overnight action across the pond, which was a little bit bearish, and we did not move. We sort of held steady in the game. So that number at around 28.97 is going to be that line in the sand. If we hold it, great. We'll have upside shots. We'll look at 29.08 to 29.14. Then, if not, we'll be looking at a thin volume retest, and that retest should come back into this old area of congestion around 28.84. Primary support looks well below that area, so we might be looking at defades if they do occur. Seems very unlikely at this juncture since momentum is so bullish, but we are looking at 28.73. Here's the big thing. If we see any massive dives, today, for whatever reason, buyers are going to come to the rescue. Price action is not going to hold a downward space here. There's too much positive momentum. At the very, very most, there's an S-curve test at 28.73. That's going to tell us that we've got something cooking as a possible higher support there. All right, let's take a look at the NQ. Also did a massive recovery. This thing was neutral to bearish and then slipped neutral to bullish and then really expanded. Big pocket of thin volume. My supposition is that really hedging and a squeeze action caused yesterday's motion. Not a lot of people getting into the market and holding their positions, and many folks getting active in the market are going to be buying to cover. And so that creates a different element within the volume profile. We'll watch this again, though, holding a higher low, 75.69. As long as we hold these higher lows, we've got more upshot. I drew a pattern well back, probably a couple of months ago, 76.08 being the first target there, and then 76.91 being the second. We could be on our way to those edges. We'll just have to see. Bullish action still holding. Any deep pullbacks will find buyers. That doesn't mean that we can't play this game intraday for a nice downward motion if we lose 75.69. Next on the horizon is the YM. Same thing, higher low. 26,063 is the low in the overnight. The chart is holding the region and really staggering at this area. We could drift sideways, or we could see more upshot. I think traders are in a little bit of a wait state. Very bullish momentum. So what we're going to see is a likely fade that immediately holds. And so when I talk about pullbacks, I'm not talking about big pullbacks, I'm talking about intraday pullbacks bringing us into congestion. And we'll stair step through this congestion if we lose this high support. Other than that, we'll still rise to the action. So this becomes the line in the sand. So we want to watch that very, very carefully. Taking a look at oil, this one has been in a battleground in this region. Yesterday, you'll notice that I said, hey, very likely to retest this area because we've got negative divergence. Now we've got sort of a topping formation, a little bit of a rising wedge, a little bit of an ascending triangle, all kinds of things suggesting that there is noise here. What do you do when you have noise? You come to the edges, and those edges will create reversal patterns for us until they don't. And so that's the chance we have to take as traders. We're caught between 68.47, 69.30. API today, EIA tomorrow in terms of the reports. Rig counts were down from last week, so I think charts are really still very range bound, but clearly sellers are present above. If we move out of this area, don't be surprised if we accelerate quickly to the north. We should still fade. We're not going to hold highs in this environment. Lastly, we'll take a look at gold. Gold coming into this key area. I've been talking about the primary resistance being 1225 once it got past 1214, and we got up into our 1218 area. Look at the gap in this region. It could mean that we're going to fill in this volume profile. So again, we are looking for areas where pullbacks will be buy zones, presses up into the resistance area will be sell zones, pullbacks likely to be shallow as our momentum tries to recover and markets get a little more nervous about what's going on. Things are really quite stable in general, so watch out and trade well. Good luck today.